Pleasant morning greetings to all the kids around the world. Each morning is a fresh start to express God's goodness, demonstrate kindness to others, and find joy in simple things. We can be thankful knowing that God is always with us, guiding and strengthening us. Let us embrace each day with a heart full of gratitude and a spirit ready to share His love. You know, has there ever been a moment in your life when you lost courage? A time when you were scared to do something? Was there a situation where you wanted to give up? Perhaps you were afraid to speak up for what is right, hesitated to do what is good, or were terrified to defend someone from harm. Fear can make us feel weak. But remember, true courage is not the absence of fear. It is choosing to move forward despite it. God promises to be with us, strengthening our hearts and helping us face any challenge, no matter how uncertain or difficult things may seem. Trust. Trust that He will give you the courage to overcome. So kids, let's talk about a time to be brave. The Bible recounts that when Joshua hesitated to lead the Israelites into the promised land, and face powerful nations, it's not easy. God encouraged him with these words in Joshua chapter 1, verse 9. Joshua chapter 1, verse 9. It says, "Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid. Do not be discouraged. For the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go." This is a powerful reminder that just like Joshua, who needed courage to lead God's people, we also need to trust God every day. We have to trust Him every day. Not only when time we need it, but we have to trust Him every day. Being brave means listening to God and believing that He is always with us, giving us strength and guidance. Not only Joshua, but we also know how the little boy named David faced the giant Goliath with courage. Like him, we can stand up for what is right. Yes, we too can be strong and courageous in our daily lives, whether by telling the truth even when it's hard, helping a friend who feels lonely, speaking kindly to someone being bullied, or choosing to do what is right even when others don't. A long time ago, despite all the miracles that God has shown to His people, many of them still did not believe in Him. Instead, they worshipped a fallen god named Baal. One day, Prophet Elijah wanted to show everyone that God is the one true and mighty God. He invited them to Mount Carmel and said to Baal's prophets, "Prepare a bowl and pray to your God, but don't set it on fire." Ayaw gyud kalayuhi. Let God do the fire. I will do the same and pray to the Lord. So the one who answers with fire is the true God. That was the agreement, brethren, children. The people prayed to Baal from morning till noon. They were shouting, "Baal, answer us!" But nothing happened. Then Elijah joked to them. He said, "Shout louder! Maybe he's asleep or busy." So they shouted even more, but still there was no answer at all. Finally, Elijah told the people to help him fix God's altar. Then he said, "This time you have to pour water over the offering and wood." And they did. They did this 3 times until water soaked everything and even filled the trench around the altar. Then, Prophet Elijah prayed. He said, "Lord, please show to everyone that you are the one true God and help them turn back to you." Right after he prayed, can you guess what happened? Fire came down from the sky and it burned up the sacrifice. The wood, the stones, the soil, and even dried up the water around it. Everyone saw that God is real and powerful. This is Auntie Marife, happy to say, have a great day.
Good day, kids of hope. What a wonderful time it is to learn about God's love and His power to give us courage. Auntie Marife shared an inspiring message about a time to be brave. We learned that true courage is trusting in God even when we feel afraid. Yes, with God by our side, we can face any challenge with faith and strength. Today, we're going to have fun learning more about bravery in the Bible through our Bible quiz time! Let's see how well you remember today's lesson about being brave through God's strength. Ready your mind and your heart for the first question. Who encouraged Joshua to be strong and courageous when leading the Israelites? Again? Who encouraged Joshua to be strong and courageous when leading the Israelites? Letter A, Moses. Moses. Letter B, the king of Egypt. The king of Egypt. Letter C, God. Letter C, God. And letter D, Elijah. Letter D, Elijah. Great job, kids! Here's question number 2. What did David use to defeat Goliath? What did David use to defeat Goliath? Letter A, a sword and a shield. A sword and a shield. Letter B, a slingshot and 5 stones. A slingshot and 5 stones. Letter C, bow and arrows. Bow and arrows. Letter D, a chariot and horses. A chariot and horses. Wow! Let's move on to question number 3. Why was Queen Esther considered brave? Why was Queen Esther considered brave? Letter A, she became the richest queen in history. She became the richest queen in history. Letter B, she risked her life to save her people. Again, she risked her life to save her people. Letter C, she defeated an enemy army. She defeated an enemy army. And letter D, she built a giant palace. She built a giant palace. We're almost there. Here's the 4th question. What happened when Daniel continued praying to God even when it was forbidden. Again, what happened to Daniel continued praying to God even when it was forbidden? Letter A, he was thrown into a lion's den. He was thrown into a lion's den. Letter B, he ran away to another country. He ran away to another country. Letter C, he was made king. He was made king. And letter D, he stopped praying out of fear. He stopped praying out of fear. You're doing amazing, kids. Now, here's our last question. On Mount Carmel, how did God prove that He is one true God? Again, on Mount Carmel, how did God prove that He is the one true God? Letter A, He sent fire from heaven to burn the sacrifice. Again, He sent fire from heaven to burn the sacrifice. Letter B, He made it rain for 40 days and nights. He made it rain for 40 days and nights. And letter C, He turned the river into blood. He turned the river into blood. And for letter D, He made the sun stand still. He made the sun stand still. Now, let's check your answers and see how well you did. For question number 1, who encouraged Joshua to be strong and courageous when leading the Israelites? And yes, kids, what's the answer? Yes, you know the answer. The answer is letter C. It's God. For question number 2, what did David use to defeat Goliath? Yes, and the answer is letter B, a slingshot and 5 stones. Let's go to question number 3. Why was Queen Esther considered brave? And the answer is letter B, she risked her life to save her people. Let's go to question number 4. What happened when Daniel continued praying to God even when it was forbidden? And the answer is, kids, what's the answer? Yes, the answer is letter A. He was thrown into a lion's den. And for the last question, on Mount Carmel, how did God prove that He is the one true God? And the answer is very good, kids. Yes, and the answer is letter A. He sent fire from heaven to burn this sacrifice. Fantastic job, everyone. You've learned so much about being brave and trusting God, just like Joshua, David, Esther, Daniel, and Elijah. Remember, true courage is not about being fearless. It's about trusting God even when we are scared. So, kids, whenever you feel afraid, just remember God's promise in Joshua 1 verse 9, where it says, "Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid. Do not be discouraged. For the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go." Have a wonderful day, stay brave, and I'll see you next time for another exciting Bible quiz. Bye, kids!